And we are back here with my favorite tax people because they get your taxes done for free. What more could you ask for? But they also come with great information, and we're going to be looking at some of the slides that they're going to go through to talk about this. But the first thing I want to say is I understand that a lot of people did not look at their W-4s, right?
Correct.
To change anything.
Right.
Yes.
Why would they have done that?
Well, there's a lot of things changing in tax code with the bill that was signed last December. Maybe like the two-family income person, I don't know, but you had to do something. I mean, and especially some of the retirees, it didn't affect us as much, but the withholding, you know, all of a sudden you're going to get a bill or you're going to get less of a refund at the end of the year. Where are you going to come up with that money? You know,
I hope they don't penalize you too much based on the fact that they had changed all the tax codes.
No, but you know what? One thing they could do is taxpayers out there can get their tax return done if they do it like you do on a software program and see what they owe or what they don't owe, and then they can project it so that they will have enough, because you can file your return on February 1st but not pay the government until April 15th.
Okay.
So that would be great.
That would be a good thing to do. Okay, Richard, you're going to kind of go over some of this information, and I guess we'll go through some of the slides maybe.
Yes, that'd be good. To the point that Joanne just made, Congress changed the tax withholding laws back in December 2017. So the beginning of January of this year, of 2018, there was a bump in everybody's take-home pay.
Oh, but that's because they didn't put it in the tax deduction.
The bump comes because the government changed the level of the withholding tax.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
See, I don't get a paycheck, so I don't even notice that.
So everybody's payroll check, there was less withholdings taking out. So what the
and they were thinking, oh boy, I got more money, yay!
Right. So what the IRS decided to do was start a public relations media campaign to bring to the public's attention the fact that the withholdings were lower, and that because of less taxes being taken out, at the end of the year when you go to file your refund, you're going to get whacked. And consequently, what the IRS wanted us to promote was that employees do this paycheck checkup, where they can go online to the IRS website. There's a withholding tax calculator that's there. You plug in the information, and then
that's what you're talking about right there.
And it tells you what to do in terms of whether you should take out an additional $10 or $20 a pay period to help cover that withholding.
Okay, so we're going to go through these slides now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Most taxpayers didn't even do this.
No, I'm sure.
I wouldn't have done it either.
Nobody even,
thought about it.
They wouldn't even, they hadn't noticed it. So with that change, it's important, as I mentioned, that we do the withholding table. With the payroll update, it's critical that every employee do a paycheck checkup. And most people don't understand, that's the W-4 employee withholding allowance certificate.
I think that I did say that, didn't I?
Yeah,
W-4.
The
Yeah, I know
W-4.
it. W-4.
Everybody knows what the W-2 is.
That's what you get to
That's what you
pay
get
your
to
tax.
prepare your taxes. The W-4 tells your employer how much you want to take out in addition to the withholding
and some
tables.
people take out for like 5 dependents when they don't have, or so, if they think they're going to have, you know, more money, but or they take less, 0.
Right. If they put 10 or more, the IRS will check it out.
Well, sometimes they know that they're going to be losing money and they do that. But anyway,
Yeah. So everyone should check their payroll withholdings due to those tax law changes, especially if you're a 2-income family, you know, both spouses are working. If you have 2 or more jobs at the same time, if you're claiming credits like the child tax credit, if you have dependents age 17 or older, if you itemized your deductions in 2017, if you have high income or a complex return, or you had a large tax bill or a large refund in last year's filing season, 2017. So in my personal situation, what I do is I withhold an additional $50 a pay period. So that
to make sure
there's enough at the end, because I'd rather
get some money back and know that you don't have a...
Right. And I'd rather give them the money during the course of the year than get whacked at the end when I file my return.
Yeah.
And also, to piggyback off of that, I worked at the IRS for over 30 years.
Oh.
And I know. And I used to have...
And she's a nice lady.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I used to claim single zero, even though I was
Yeah, that's what
married
I'm
and had
saying.
two kids.
That's what I do.
I just ignored what that form is so complex. I don't understand it. So I just tell people when they come in or when I do their taxes and they go, just claim single zero. My nieces and nephews will call, Aunt Joanne, I got married, what do I do?
Single zero.
You stay the same way because you want money. Now, CPAs and accountants might disagree with me because they say,
well, you don't want them to have the money and then you get it back. But I'm saying I'd rather know that it's there and know that I get my refund. But I don't like the idea of having to scrape up the money at the last minute.
Correct. And while Richard's going through that, I just want to tell you, everybody, there is a publication on irs.gov. It's only 12 pages long. It's publication 5307, and it talks about everything you want to know as far as what has been changed and what.
Oh, really? And now say that one more time. Where is it now? It's on irs.gov.
And it's publication 5307, and it's called Tax Reform Basics for Individuals and Families.
5307.
Yep.
Got it. Okay.
Good. And it's I highlighted some things and some things are good. I like just found out that a credit for, we have the child tax credit, but that only goes up to the age of 17. Well, what about the families that have kids up until like college age or 20 or whatever, that dependents or grandmother?
Well, it used to be 26 for health,
Yeah, right. Well, this year there's a $500 tax credit. And what you got to do is if you get that form before you go to your preparer, whoever it is, you can at that point turn around and know what you should be looking for. Because the form is, as I said last week, it's changed a lot.
We need Luther. Do you ever watch the Key and Peele? Luther that comes in and does the translation. That's what we need. Come on, Luther. He's going to pop up right behind you guys.
Okay, hello.
The other thing we want to remind
We're almost out of time.
The other thing I want to remind the audience about is obtaining free tax preparation. Part of the Cash Coalition's mission is to support the VITA sites. There are VITA sites located throughout the entire capital region. All you have to do is dial 211, give the resource operator your zip code, and she'll tell you where you can go and get your taxes done. So we're looking at incomes under $56,000, and we also have myfreetaxes.com, where you can do returns of $66,000 or less.
Right, and if your taxes are really complex, you probably should see a tax accountant.
Yeah.
I want to thank you here. I know you're coming on every month until tax time.
Well,
oh my gosh!
January, February, March,
And but we're going to get through this.
Oh, yes,
this is going to be a rough year because of all the changes, but.
Right.
I just I can't even, I know I'm going to sit down and hit that button and it's going to come up and I'll start answering questions and hopefully they won't have too many more updates.
Right, and if you have anything, if you need any help, call me.
Call. Yes.
I got an in.
Yes.
Right.
We're very fortunate to have Joanne. Thanks.
Good. We're going to take a quick break. And of course, it's always a pleasure to have both Richard and Joanne on the show. And they'll be on, somebody will be on next month as well. And we're going to be talking next about the great holiday events coming up with Jim Salango. I think I got the right one. Yep. Good.